Alright, you made it to part 3. Hopefully you watched part 1 and part 2 before you came over and watched part 3. There's a lot happened in part 1. We fought a super mutant behemoth at the end, and then the end of part 2 we fought a bunch of gunners and a legendary gunner commando. Had a pretty badass boss battle between that. Had a song up against it. It was pretty sweet. I thought it was sweet. Let me know if you thought it was sweet in the comments. Drop a comment. Drop a like on the video if you like it. Drop a sub if you love us. He's gonna throw a Molotov at me. I still stand there. He whips the Molotov and I just eat it. These guys are pretty damn good with the range on those freaking Molotovs. They throw a lot more Molotovs than their grenades. It's kind of a mix. Super mutants throw Molotovs. Really, the only people I've seen that throw grenades are like random raiders. And even they throw Molotovs sometimes. You get so many Molotov cocktails in this game, you don't really get too many grenades. Grenades are probably harder to make. I want to get some of those baseball grenades. They're like baseball frags. It'd be sweet if they were full of nails. Like, I wish there was a nail grenade that you throw. Maybe there is a nail grenade and I just don't know about it. That's what they need to add, is more customization. I know they're giving us the creation kit and modding added to where you can make bullets, but give that to us in DLC for the people that don't want to wait for modding. Let us create a freaking nail grenade or a nail gun. Little craftsman nail gun. Like this guy would just freaking staple his face together. Baker. Fought a lot of name people as we're going through here. I found it kind of weird that we fought a lot of people with a name and there was no dialogue behind them. Like this guy's just running around with a missile launcher and a fat man, and the only thing he was doing was punching me. So I don't know if maybe some of these people are part of a quest somewhere else, and because Fallout 4 is so big and so open that you can just go and progress stuff. But if that was part of a quest, sometimes it does pop it open and be like, oh, you finished this, blah blah blah. Just like this guy up here, Clint, fought Baker, and Clint's up there, and these look like Brotherhood guys. I don't know. Why are they attacking me? Guess we'll have to do the Brotherhood quests and find out. That's all part of Season 2. We're going to do Brotherhood, Railroad, and Minutemen, because to progress in the main story, you have to do all the faction quests.
That's it.
We're going to try our damnedest to either finish Finding Sean in Season 2, or we might take it to Season 3. Do keep the miniseries going, 5 episodes. It'll be 15 episodes, a full series. I mean, we're doing a random video right now, and it's 3 parts. The whole series of Finding Sean took a month, and it was 5 parts. I'm doing 3 videos in one day. This was crazy. And I'm doing these back to back to back. That's why it's technically all just one video. Let's gun it private. Bring our sniper rifle out here now. Oh, we'll go back to the laser sniper. Nope, we'll bring the regular sniper out. And you can actually hold the L3 button. It takes your AP way down, way fast, but it stops you from breathing so you can get a better shot, a more accurate shot. And finally take this freaking guy down. You still get recoil on it, so you have to aim down with the sniper and it'll shoot up just like any other shooter, but that makes every gun feel unique in Fallout 4. Unlike Fallout 3, where every gun was pretty much the same. When you switch guns, you feel like you're using a completely different one. Like this gun right here, it's a slow shoot because it's a 6-shooter. I mean, when you're in VATS, it really doesn't matter, but when you're shooting it like that, look at that. It has that split-second slowdown. When I'm shooting a laser rifle or my 10mm, it's just like almost like an automatic. It's get that melee shot in there. And reloading is all unique. I love the reloading sequences.
Hey.
I'm glad they added that.
Hey, Valentine.
I think I actually upgraded one of my guns. I think I actually upgraded the Incredible Rifle to have the long clip. I don't know if I have the long clip in it on this one.
Here.
And I do eventually put a helmet on. I think I'm still wearing the same uniform now. Obviously, I'm wearing the same uniform now. I just played the game last night.
Got it. 195.
I haven't actually turned the game on yet today. Popped on here and decided to make the video for you guys. Try to upload all 3 parts at once.
Let's go bring down Eddie Winter.
If all works out perfectly, you'll be able to see this masterpiece at work. See, that's my 10mm, my 2-shot 10mm. Doop, doop. Sometimes VATS is cool, and sometimes it's better to just shoot by yourself. Just shoot manually. You got 12 bullets in the clip for the 10mm, and it's as fast as you hit the trigger, as fast as it's gonna shoot. And VATS sometimes just is a little bit slower, but sometimes, like against this mini turret, it slows down time, so it's perfect. But when you're that close to a raider like that, look at that. I just shot the mini turret. And I just shot this raider and killed it. So, sometimes VATS is good, and sometimes VATS isn't needed. Fallout 3, VATS stop time. So every time you used it, you technically paused the game. And you could sit there, you could walk away, you could eat a sandwich, you could leave the game on, but it might glitch and freeze. But you could essentially just leave it there. It's in the pause menu. This one, when you bring the VATS menu up, it slows down time. So if you're fighting somebody with a minigun and they're about to start shooting you with a minigun and you go into VATS mode, they are going to wreck your life. See right there, that legendary raider just mutated. All legendaries mutate. It sucks. We're about to kill this attack dog. If you're an animal lover, look away. This isn't a dog. It looks like a pretty realistic dog, so we're about to shoot it. It looks like a Rottweiler. This legendary raider, every legendary person mutates, and it brings them their health back to full health. You seen he was almost dead. It's a combat shotgun with a laser scope on it, a laser sight. This guy's a beast. He's back to full health. Sucks. Could you imagine fighting a legendary Deathclaw that's a higher level than you, and it mutates, and you just run out of bullets? Oh my gosh. See what I mean by close range with the sniper rifle? Well, the laser rifle is a little bit better. We incinerate that thing. Holy crap, I forgot about that. I love the laser rifle's animation because it incinerates things. Like that one, I think it was the beginning of episode 2, or maybe episode 1, but we drop in from the fast travel and there's a guy sitting there trying to shoot at us and we incinerate just his head. That's freaking sweet. We blow his head off and then his body's still there, but his head just incinerates. It just disintegrates as it hits the ground. Gives you more incentive. Look at that. And when you go into the Pip-Boy, it does pause it. We do go into the Pip-Boy quite a few times to heal. It just turns to ash. You can loot the ash. Freaking, yeah, critical hit. Critical hits always hit when you're in pads, but if you're using a weapon that's not as strong and you hit a critical, it's obviously only going to take a chunk of its life out, so you still got to come in here and wreck. But if you're fighting a guy that's a little bit weaker and I would have hit him with a critical, it would have incinerated him. See, it doesn't always incinerate. We got a freaking pool stick. A legendary pool stick. What the hell am I going to do with that? Am I going to go to the pool Olympics? in Fallout 4 and freaking wreck that place and get all the bottle caps. That would be sweet. DLC like that, to where there's mini games, I would be down. They're obviously probably going to add more holotapes for games. My Mark at work from the Jay and Mark podcast actually told me about the app. If you have the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy app, you could actually, whatever holotapes you have, you could actually go on your phone and play those games. That's pretty sweet. So they're probably definitely going to add more. If those are successful, they're going to add more to that. I hope they add more to the building. I mean, like I said, it's there in mods, but I hate the fact that they rely on mods and the modding community to, and I like the fact that they're bringing it to console, but I would like it to be more polished DLC, like something that's not going to crash my game if I download it. I don't want to have to play in the fear of, if I download too many mods, I got to figure out which mod I have to delete, and if it clashes the console, or if I have to restart everything, I don't want to lose my whole Fallout 4 game and start over because I downloaded the wrong mod. I know if it comes from Bethesda, it's safe. So, I mean, it may be full of bugs and glitches, but it's not going to crash your game. So, we'll see. We'll see how the console mods work. They're supposed to be on Bethesda's website, so hopefully they're going to have monitors that test the mods before they're allowed to go public. Probably at first it's probably going to be mass chaos. All the mods are going to be crashing, nothing's going to be working. But eventually they'll get it together and update it to where we need to be. But they still haven't said anything about DLC, so who knows what's going to come in the future. They could add all the stuff that they cut out of the game that they put in there as fillers, as placeholders. That could be stuff that they just didn't have time to, and they're legitimately not going to go back to it. I know I talked a lot about stuff like that before in all my other videos. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I would love to have underwater battle. Or a sea battle. Not really underwater battle. But like, because underwater battle in Fallout 4 wouldn't really work unless it was location underwater, like Atlantis or something. But a sea battle would be sweet. You go out on a boat and you're fighting some sort of sea monster that, oh yeah, you could disarm these before you run into them. You can actually do that with any type of frag mine or bottle cap mine or anything like that, as long as you grab it before it explodes. Obviously you walk over there and it's like you're just standing there like, oh crap, I can't get it. You're gonna blow up, your leg's gonna blow off or something, you're gonna die. Well, yeah, I would love to see in DLC you go out as a sea captain and you fight this giant sea monster. You go on this long quest, you're getting clues, you're talking to the locals, you're talking to the people at the pub, and there's just this pirate, and you go out there with them on this pirate ship, and you just fight this giant sea monster that just wrecks the ship. And you have to freaking, they're manning the ship, and you're sitting there and you're just shooting this thing, and all these ghouls are coming out of the water, and all these other sea monsters are popping up, and you just freaking fight them all off, and maybe the ship eventually gets wrecked, and you gotta go back to land and finish sniping this dude off, and that would be sick. That would be something Fallout hasn't really ever done. Bethesda period. People have modded that stuff in, like in Skyrim, you could fight this giant walrus, and you could also fight this giant what the hell, Yeti. You could fight one of the giant Yetis from Skyrim inside, or maybe it was a giant ice monster or something. It was, anyways, it was out in the water. They needed to add that. They have a giant in this. The giant I fight in the first video, the behemoth, but now we need a giant sea creature. They've always had giant land creatures, but they've never had a giant sea creature. If we can get a giant sea creature in Fallout 4, that would be epic. Swan was sweet. He comes after you because you think you walk up and there's this location called Swan, and it's like a pond, and there's this little boat looking thing, and you're like, oh, that's cool, it's a swan pond. And you look in the water and there's this thing sitting in the middle, and you're like, what the hell is that? So you get closer and you're like, oh, it's a swan. And then it stands up and it's this freaking super mutant It's like, holy crap, and he runs after you, and you have this epic battle against him, and I've actually fought him twice. I fought him on mine, and I fought him on my girlfriend's. So, he is a monster. There's 2 places you can exploit him. There's the location to the vault over in that area, and you can stand in that area, and he can't get past the garage door, basically, the, like, overhang or whatever you want to call it. And then you can hide behind the bus station and attack him that way too. Little bus stop. He'll keep running into it and you keep shooting at him with Kellogg's pistol. Or whatever gun you want at that time, depending on what you have, how far you are in the game when you go back and fight him. You might be high enough level to just go in there and wreck his life. He's strong, but I was a lower level when I fought him. I think I was like level 15. That is awesome. See, I thought there was going to be an arena battle in here. I was so ready for a fight between Valentine and Eddie Winter, like a boxing match, because that's what it looks like in here. It looks like there's been some boxing going on, or wrestling. It's a broken ring, so I don't think any wrestling's been going on, but there's definitely some fighting. That's another thing they need to add. They need to take that location and put an arena in Fallout 4. I would love to have an arena. Maybe there is an arena. Maybe I haven't done the quest for it yet. But I would love to go and fight your way through and get good items. Start out with crappy items, and then as you work your way through, you have to beat the entire arena, give us a trophy, and then give us something unique to the arena, like either a gun or a piece of armor. I don't want a freaking power fist, but I would love a chest piece. I would love a sweet piece of armor, chest piece, and an under thing to go with it. There is some really cool clothes in Fallout 4 I've seen. There's some really cool modding clothes. Like they have Christmas sweaters you can get, but that's all modding stuff. Like I said, we're gonna have to see how console mods work. I'm personally used to DLC, so I'm personally used to official stuff, downloading. I did dabble in some mods on the computer with Skyrim. It is sweet to run 100 mods at the same time, but that's the computer. It's open. You can go through, turn off and turn on what you want mod-wise, and it's a little bit easier. I just don't see how it will work on the PlayStation. They're also adding console commands to the PS4. I don't know how that's going to work either, to where you can go in and call your follower to you, or you can set up to where you summon something. So we'll see. Bethesda's doing a lot with the PS4, so it's going to be interesting to see how the next Elder Scrolls, the next Dishonored, how all that works with console mods and console commands. And we'll have to see how Fallout 4 works with console commands, because console commands are fun, because you can summon whatever you want in front of you. So you'd be able to summon essentially pretty much anything in the game. Guns, armor, power armor, enemies. You could spawn your follower. If your follower disappears and you need them right now, spawn them. You can use console mods to essentially go into God mode, to where no one can touch you, you're invincible. You can use console commands to never be over encumbered, but that kind of takes away from the immersion of the game. That really, I would suggest doing all that stuff after you played the game and had fun with it. Because for me, that kills it. That just kills the whole experience if you just turn into a straight god right off the rip. Like, it's fun at first, you're like, oh, this is awesome, but then you just start wrecking, and that's all you do. Maybe you like that kind of thing. Maybe you like just going in and being a wrecking machine, and you don't want anything to touch you. You go crazy with these frag grenades, though. Bodies flying everywhere. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the frag. Frag out. I'm not sure if this is like a bar or a business. It looks like a bar. Yeah, this definitely looks like we infiltrated into Oh, it's a sandwich shop. We're in the basement of a sandwich shop, which is built up to be like a nightclub. And then there's a little secret entrance over here. We're finally making our way to the hideout. Finally. It's taken 3 videos to get here. But we have finally come across Eddie Winters. I don't know how we got the key code, to be honest. I don't remember ever. Maybe it's from the holotapes and doing all the quests.
Sure.
That's the whole reason we do this. But I don't think we ever put a key card in. We just put a code in.
6.
Yeah, we just put a code in. And there's gonna be some dialogue coming up, so I will let this play out.
Eddie, it's me, your old pal. Seamus McFuck yourself.
All this time, and the first person that walked through my door is a wise ass. Why couldn't you have been a sexy blonde? Just how the fuck did you get... No. No way. Not after all this time. Don't tell me you actually cracked my code. In the holotapes? Well, hey. It's only been, what? 200 years? Well, look. I'm not sure what you thought you'd find. Gold, jewels, the secrets of the universe. But you get me. One guy. A ghoul, I guess you'd call me. Just living, surviving, and what I got, you can't have. That code? It was a joke. I just wanted to prove how dumb those feds were. Turns out, pretty dumb. So take your asses someplace else.
Until I get what I came for.
Yeah? And what's that? And who are you, huh? You look kind of familiar. But what are you, some kind of robot? Is that what it's like out there now? A world of robot overlords? I knew it.
The name's Valentine. Nick Valentine. Remember me?
Valentine? The cop? Is that who you're supposed to be? Sorry, pal, but you ain't Nick Valentine. You're just some kind of, machine.
You killed my fiancée, Jennifer Lance. There's some crimes even you can't get away with, Winter.
Your fiancée? You mean Valentine's fiancée? Pretty girl. A shame what happened to her. But hey, you? Or, you know, the real Valentine?
See right there, that shot right there with his hands. That's what I was talking about. Tell me that doesn't look realistic. Tell me those don't look like skin. Forget you, mister. The graphics aren't that good. The graphics look sweet.
Guess I'm in good company.
So that was badass as hell. But let me know what you think in the comments below. How cliche that ending was. Like, I felt disappointed because I thought all that stuff, all these videos led up, all this battling, all these epic boss battles led up to the final battle, the final standoff, and I just blew his freaking head off in one shot. It was sweet, don't get me wrong, but let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked it or if you thought it was cheesy. Kind of just walked through here and loot his house. There's nothing really much. Cold watch, a hat. It was a bowler's hat. And then we finally go back here with Valentine. Valentine's booking it, dude. Then I realized we're over in COVID. All your AP goes down when you get your strength up. That's how we're able to run right now. We have our strength up and our perk 4 strong back. We don't have it fully maxed. Fully maxed allows you to fast travel when you're over encumbered, but we do have it up enough to where we can use AP to move around, but it is annoying as hell because he's constantly like, ugh, and then when he runs out of AP, he moves slow as crap, so definitely want to drop what you can, whatever you don't need. Or exploit that glitch and have Valentine pick it up if he's not freaking. He's on one right now. But he always disappears. Get a little third-person view of how my character looks. Looks like a boss with that spike thing on. We actually did a little wardrobe change here. And I wish I can actually smoke a cigar in this outfit, cause we go straight freaking Scarface. We go like fucking what's his name, Tony Soprano right now. Like we look intense. Take that helmet off, you look like a fool. Now you look good. Look like a mob boss. But I feel like this outfit at the end of this video, I feel like it was a good send off. It's a good scenery change. It's like I said, Fallout 4 makes you feel accomplished when you finish something, and I definitely felt accomplished finishing this quest with Valentine. Like I said, he's my best friend in this game. One of the best companions. And if you want me to do other companions, let me know in the comments. I'll do more 3-part companion videos like this. Hit the like button. Just keep watching them.
200 years ago.
And I'll know. I love that haircut.
He's put a bullet in Jenny Land's back.
And that beard without a stash.
Jenny. I
What are we detected by?
lost.
Nothing pops up in the whole time we're in this.
Without you, Eddie's
Some more dialogue with Valentine.
Now, all we have to worry about is Zombie Eddie coming to seek revenge.
I'm pretty sure that was Zombie Eddie we took care of back there. But regardless of form, Winter was it. The only reminder left of the original Nick Valentine. The last proof, outside of some long-lost Institute archive, I was ever just a mechanical copy of some cop from a bygone era. I'm not sure how to feel.
Don't you see, Nick? You're finally free. There is no other Nick anymore. Just you.
I wish it was that easy.
Try to make my guy look like me, but I think he looks more like John Goodman and Robert De Niro.
I had his memories, his fears, all that poor bastard's hope. I remember getting the call to head to some lab in Cambridge to get that neurotrans whatever. And the next thing I know, I'm in a trash heap. My family, my home, my entire life gone. Then I discover all those things that they weren't even mine. Everything I ever was belonged to Nick. I'd hoped with Winter gone, the last hint of that old world snuffed out, I could finally be free. But being out here with you, what I finally realized after all this time was that taking down Winter, it wasn't about Nick or Jenny or even you or me. It was about justice, about doing what's right. And that act of goodness, that's ours. All the good we've done, that's ours, and ours alone. And even if that's the only thing in this world that I can ever claim as mine, not Nick's, not the Institute's, but mine, then I can die happy. And none of it would have ever happened if it weren't for you. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to thank you for that.
But please feel free to try. Caps, armaments, real estate.
Ha! Wise to the end. Well, come on then. We're not helping anyone standing around here.
Alright, and we got the perk. And that was the end of this 3-part video. I hope you enjoyed. And make sure you like and subscribe. And let me know what you thought of the... Maybe, was it too long? Was an hour and a half broken up in 3 videos too long for you? Give me some feedback. I love you. Peace.